Sally Forth Paladins, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I'm Fleet Admiral Tyrk of the battleship HMS Insouciant, as we continue our campaign against the Lyran Star Empire. And last time, we almost took out the entirety of the Lyran Star Empire, and you may say, Tyrk, there's only 3 tiles left, why would you possibly stop? Well, because this one just so happens to be a starbase. So that could end up leading into a very long, very difficult to fight starbase battle, or it could be over incredibly quickly. We're not sure, so we were at the end of an episode last time anyway, so we decided to end it right there. But now comes the final sieges of the final territory of the enemy, and wouldn't you know, it's a base assault. So I suppose that worked out perfectly fine, us ending the episode right on time last time instead of extending it, because we would have had to fight against a BBX on our own against the starbase after that. Okay, this is going to be lovely on so many levels, let me tell you. Let's see, all weapons select, all weapons to overload, please. So you are indeed a BBX, yes? Yes, you are. Okay, and we're not being escorted by anybody, correct? Yes, indeed. So, yeah, a one-on-one BBX fight into then a starbase afterwards. What that starbase is carrying, we don't know. Which is a bit of a problem, because starbases are dangerous and potentially gigantic. So my plan is to, as soon as that suppressor is charged, send the probe. And the probe will tell me... How big is the starbase? I can take this, I can. It's the starbase afterwards. You're a Klingon-looking starbase. I mean, you're not, but you look like one. So we're currently in a very awkward position. If we try and take on the starbase... Well, if we could try and take on the 2 battleships, we may not have enough firepower to then take on the starbase, which is, of course, a fairly severe fear. But the starbase in this case... 4 phaser force? Is that what I'm looking at? Yep. Or 6. 6 phaser force. Okay. That might be doable. Who's feeling lucky today? Okay, let's set up our electronic countermeasure, and I think we're going to tell ourselves that ECM is going to be a little bit more important than usual today. So, ECM doesn't get to go down today, boys. You got to keep that thing at maximum level. Let's kick on the speed, start stealing from the shield budget a little bit. We do, of course, want to get on top of one of these targets. And you know what? I could set these guys to harass. If I set them to harass, they will sit at range and fire their hellbores. They'll avoid taking damage, but they won't use their Gatling phasers. Is that what I want? The answer to that question is no. And while it will mean severely risking my fighters, I could actually probably send my fighters all in against this dreadnought and kill him. That is an option. It's not a great option, but it is an option. I don't think I'll keep that option on the table. I think my plan must be to bulldoze this dreadnought, then turn around and nail this one. Because they are staying relatively far apart, although we are closing at a relatively slow speed. So there is that working against us. Okay, it's time for the fighters to go active. Yep, he's turned in. He's getting ready for the combat now. So fighters in defensive mode, of course, we want them to stay close. We want them to stay on top of us, so that we can basically run into the enemy and hurt them real bad. Whether or not this is going to work is unclear. But if we're lucky, we might get that easy golden BB shot that we need. And it is kind of a we need sort of deal. Okay, start to slow down. Lots of forward shield power. Prepare for it. Range is good. Okay, that did a lot of damage. One group down. Fighters come home. All fighters come home. I need you home right away. As in yesterday. Because I need to deploy some mines, and I need you back on board to do it. Alright, back to normal for the hellbores. Dump a mine. It's time to burn. How fast are you going? 10.2. That's fine. You're not a BBX. At the end of the day, you are not a BBX. And that'll work in my favor. For several reasons. One of which, we're maintaining our defense shift of 2, which is going to be important here. But more importantly, because you're not a BBX, you can't just grind right through my aft shields like it's nobody's business because you've got 19 phaser 1s. You have a severely limited number of phaser 1s, and I can deal with that. So the mine in front, another mine for there. So the goal at this point is bias time. And in order to bias that time, we need to just keep a distance away from him. So, I don't really care if the hellbores get recharged or not, although it would be nice. We can just extend around these, draw you away from your mothership, and then a mine. The key here is we have to take as little damage as possible. If we take too much damage, then we will die, or we will have too weakened a ship in order to actually take on the enemy vessel moving forward. So we obviously need to preserve our forward shield, we need to preserve our fighter squadrons, and we need to preserve our defensive systems. Are you all going home? Because that would be perfect. Okay, first fighter squadron is done. It's going to take a little while longer on this third squadron. I really got to hold them until that third squadron's ready to rock. He's going to come in hard. Another mine, and we'll pull to the outside again. Okay, that actually got a result that I wasn't expecting, but I'll work with it. One more squadron. Come on, get ready, get ready, get ready. Come on, get out of that hold. Finish patching up whatever system you've got on board there. They go out now. Come on, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Start to slow down. More power to the forward shield. Oh crap, I'm reinforcing my aft shield at the moment. Reinforce the forward shield. Last fighter squadron's out. Attack. Hi, I'm about to tank all of that. That was a rough tank, but the forward shield's holding for now. The fighter squadrons have an open shield to go for. Come on, guys. I believe in you. Okay, I'm going to call them back now. Because by the time they get back to me, they might get one more pass in on this one. I see. How? We got him. 1, 2. Come on, get home, guys. Okay. Minimal casualties so far, which is essential to our victory on this one. Where are we going at this point? We want to head this direction. So we've taken minimal damage so far. We're starting to recharge our systems. Our fighters are still at full strength. And we took out the battleships. Our shields are intact. He didn't get a penetrator. He didn't kill any fighters because we caught them all home intact, which is great. So, yeah, we're on Cloud 9 already. Science. Yes. Enhance the deep scan, please. I desire to know where my enemies are. And this gives me... There it is. Okay, lovely. So the deep scan gives me an additional 33% range once it's fully charged, so I can see out to 133 instead of just 100. So we don't use it all that often, but on occasion it can be kind of useful. So we're just going to get a nice quick peek at this again. So we're dealing with 6 Phaser 4s, 3 Gatlings, an ESG, and a Disruptor. That is, honest to God, not the worst thing I've ever fought. Like, we fought planets that are more dangerous than that. The phasers alone, we can seize this base out without ever having to deploy our fighters aggressively. I mean, that's how great of an opportunity we've got here. Let's steal from the shield budget, because we have quite a bit of distance to cover. I mean, we've won Starbase. You should give it up now. Just surrender. He's only got 12 Marines. I mean, ooh, he's only got 12 Marines. If we don't kill him, we might be able to steal him. That is, of course, if we don't kill him, which is going to be a little bit difficult. He's not the most robust space station around, but it is still dangerous. It's not something you want to mess around with too much. Missed every single shot there. Okay, that's fine. And he's launched pseudo-frigates. Okay, come to a stop. We'll deal with these guys. You want to come in? Okay, that's fine. Yep. Come towards me. You know you want to. Getting close. Yeah, that's right. We're dead. How about you? You want to come in close? Come on. It's okay. Hellbores. Got a couple of hits on there. And... got him. Lovely. Alright, so we've managed to take out the competition in terms of his pseudo-frigates. It is an XBS, which is one of the weakest of the star bases, so we don't have a whole heck of a lot to worry about there. Set the electronic warfare suite to maximum electronic countermeasure. And as soon as we get that charged up, we should be able to start bombarding it for a decent amount of damage. There we go, starting the bombardment. Hopefully we can pull within a range of 10, so I can just keep track of the shield. Now the fun thing is that our Hellbores will constantly attack the weakest shield, so we don't have to worry about that. So it should be relatively easy to knock him down. 40 points of power into the forward shield is a little bit light, but it'll do. There we go, I'll stop. Yes, alright, we have a shield that is quite weak already, so just a couple of rounds of shooting into that, and he'll basically be dead. Fusion cannons to offline. That'll give us a little bit more defense. So up to 55, that should be enough to do some fun things. A little bit more firepower. Wait until this passes by us because we don't want him reinforcing that particular shield. And then we'll weaken it a little bit more, bringing it down bit by bit. Now, of course, we could send in our fighter squadrons. They would cut right through this guy like a hot knife through butter. But I want to be safe about it. And I'd like to steal it. At the end of the day, it would be really cool if we could steal it. Alright, shields are down. So, time for us to get involved and have a little bit of fun with him. We can't do too much, actually, because we are sitting on top of using our Hellboars as our primary defensive system. As you can see, he is putting a startling amount of firepower into us. It's dealing nearly 50 damage per shot that he's doing. Well, not per shot, but per salvo that he sends our way. So he actually has quite a bit of firepower. Looks like we knocked out one of his Gatling phasers. That'll be nice. 2 more, and he'll have no point defense, aside from, of course, the ESG, which is not exactly the best point defense system. Kind of tempting to take that shot, but if we take that shot, we will lose most of our shield, and that would be bad. Knock that shield down, weaken most of the others. Second Gatling phaser is now down, so as we continue to knock through these Gatling phasers, he'll have fewer and fewer things with which to defend the starbase with. And I don't just mean weapons, I mean critical defense. So his starbase is filled full of a whole bunch of critical systems, and the way it works on tabletop and in this game is you roll a dice. In the case of this game, it draws a random number through a random number generator to determine where that shot hits on the inside of the area it gets. So if we shoot it, the Hellboars, they go into that one weakened side there, and then it generates the random number and says, okay, you have hit this part here. The fewer components he has, the fewer things he can use to siphon, the fewer times it can potentially hit something I don't care about, like these Gatling phasers. So as we whittle that down bit by bit, we basically take it offline. It may be worth... If we can weaken him enough, it may be worth getting in there just to see if we can't capture it, because I've never captured a starbase before. I've destroyed them on many occasions, but I've never stolen them. He is attempting to repair his Gatling phasers. There is that working against us to a certain extent here, although he's only got 6 of them, so at the end of the day, eventually we're going to weaken them to a certain level. He's generally only shooting about 2 Gatling phasers at a time, which, given the amount of damage he deals to us, is rather terrifying. More damage coming through. So we've knocked out another Gatling phaser at this point. He hasn't even finished repairing the last one. Now he has. So he's bringing the other ones back online so he can continue his bombardment of us. But every time we shoot through, we break something, because we're basically through his armor at this point. If we were to pull up right next to him, the only thing we'd have really to defend himself is that ESG. Another one of his phaser 4s is offline. Let's see if he has anything left to repair it. I kind of doubt it. This would be the 3rd repair part that he's spending on that repair? So yeah, that may be out entirely, and if that's the case, then we've basically got, yeah, he doesn't have any more repair parts, so anything that we kill now is just permanent damage. Alright, one of them has been taken out in its entirety. Pick up the pace, let's get on top of him. So the plan, well, maybe I don't want to move quite this close, because he does still deal a lot of damage to me. A rather scary amount of damage. Probably one more salvo. One more salvo. Yes, okay, he's down to 2. So, weapons officer, your orders are to disable the enemy starbase, but to not destroy it, as we wish to take it intact. Phasers, prepare to engage. Are we going to be within range? Yeah, we are. Okay. Yes, they are indeed. Pull to a stop. So he can't penetrate our forward shields anymore, I don't think, with the few weapons that he has left. So we're just going to whittle them down. I want to take out those last 2 phasers, and then I'll beam over people. And wait for it. Send over the Marines. Shield return. Okay, good. We got it. We'll have captured a starbase. I've never done it before. Maybe that'll keep the tile. Or keep the starbase on the tile.
Ship secured.
Mission complete. Starbase captured instead of starbase destroyed. This'll be a new one for us. Let's see what happens with this. I'm actually really curious to know. So we didn't take any penetrating hits. We didn't lose any fighters on this one. And we captured the starbase at the end of it. 570 prestige is our reward. It said it was... Oh, it destroys it. That's unfortunate. I thought I had it. Scouting mission. Let's see if we can't wrap up the rest of today by taking out these last 3 tiles. Although this episode is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Hey, look, it's a Lyran battleship. Oh, they are coming back with a vengeance. They're going to throw everything they've got left at me. Everything, including the kitchen sink. That much is truly clear. So we took the starbase from them in an exercise which unfortunately ended up kind of wasting a lot more time than we probably would. I was really hoping to steal that starbase. I suppose it was a pipe dream considering that the tile was, like, what would happen to the tile. If you could automatically flip a starbase tile like that by capturing it, even if it had a 60 Empire defense, yeah, I can see why that would not fly. Still rather disappointing considering we actually took the time to take it. Alright, get the fighters going. We want them out and about and ready to defend, because we found that's a very effective tactic. Although he is starting to shoot at them already because he wants them very much dead, because he knows just how much terrifying damage they can truly do. And he'll just waddle back and forth, slow down the speed time. We are actually in the engagement now. All weapons select. He's going for it. All power stop. Hellborst, shut down that gosh darn defensive fire. 169 damage on through. Guys, open shoot. Come on, please, shoot, kill, death, destruction. No, this is all wrong. Okay, guys. Well, if you want to be suicidal. Well, that sucked. Get on back home, folks. And all systems shoot, please. And I'm really kind of irritated, actually, they didn't fire the Gatling phasers at all, which is a bit of a problem. You kind of need those Gatling phasers to shoot. Open them up, start breaking through them, see if we can't bring around the bow before he gets a shot back. Gatling phasers on the flanks managed to get a couple of shots in through, demonstrating what the fighters couldn't. His own City frigates hit his own mine, so that's more than a little amusing in my book. There we go, our Gatling phasers and our normal phasers just ripping into him, really causing a wonderful amount of damage. I'm very irritated that we lost an entire fighter squadron to this. We know that doesn't need to happen. We have, of course, destroyed these guys before while taking no internal damage or fighter squadron damage. So that was just the fighters being dumb. I'm not quite sure why they were so dumb, but it is quite irritating to me. Come on, tell me you've killed him by now. He's got nothing left. Am I going to have to defend myself from his pseudo-frigates? Is that what I'm about to see here? I am, okay, phasers. Start saving me. More phasers, please. You know what? Any weapon. Thank you. Any weapon. Thank you. All weapons. By which I mean just my aft-firing weapons. He doesn't have a heck of a lot left at this moment, so let's just increase the speed of time. Oh yeah, it's a scouting mission. Whoops. Almost forgot. Okay, we made us engage now. Thank you. Disengage. We have successfully disengaged from the enemy. Alrighty. So that lost a fighter squadron for no reason at all. I don't know why they didn't shoot. Like, that was really dumb. Maybe I should have set them to attack mode. Normally they do it when I'm in defense mode. Okay, we got 2 tiles left, and fortunately they're split. My perfect plan to make a total snake did not end up happening. Of course it's a convoy raid. Because the game wants to punish me for being so aggressive and stealing its station. Like, that was my station, buddy. How dare you do that? Yes. We only have 3 fighter squadrons. That's irritating. Overload the weapon system. We know that it'll be prepared by the time we actually get within range of him. Reinforce the forward shield to a maximum level. Maximum level, please. As well as the 4. Not the 5, but the 4 and the 2. Because that way it shuts off his ability to do lots of things. Unless he wants to commit 6 points of power into his electronic defenses, in which case I'm more than willing to let him do that. Because that'll get him killed if he tries it. Alright, fighters. Time to fly defense. This time I do actually want you to defend me. Because that will be the worst firepower that he can generate. Stop shooting them. What did they ever do to you? Jeez. He's a jerk. A real total jerk. He's a battlecruiser, so that makes him a little bit stronger than your average cruiser. Slow down the speed of time. How much power do I got in the forward shield at the moment? Oh yes, a lovely, lovely amount. Thank you. And any sort of follow-up, guys, would be just lovely. I want to get a little bit closer just for the sake of the fusion cannon, because the fusion cannon is a terrible, terrible radius of damage. Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, now. Thank you. Okay, call the squadrons back home. 1, 2, 3. And increase the speed time. All weapons back to normal mode for the pre-power. Oh, apparently we had a friend That's cool. It's also the HMS Insouciant. I really don't like it when the game does that, just because I think there should be a fairly basic check to see, hey, is name already in battle? Yes, okay, name something else. Because there's only like 32 ships or something you can have at a match at a time, so it shouldn't be that hard. Well, maybe it should be. You're dead. And then, so while we took on the battlecruiser, he just had his way with the convoy, and we can come over here and have our way with the convoy. Lovely. On to the last one. How is he not dead yet? You are... Well, you have my name, so I'm a little bit irritated that you're superior in all regards. Beautiful. Lovely. Alright, so hopefully that'll leave a single tile remaining. We had to attack this tile twice, if you'll remember. We attacked this tile once in the last turn as well. Or was it the other tile? Well, in any event, I'm hoping I have this tile. 236 prestige, tile taken. Alright, coming down to the last one, and it's 20 minutes and 50... And an Enigma mission for the final one. Hunting down the remains of the Lyran Star Empire, we receive cryptic transmission from a strange spatial ziggurat. Fascinating. Okay, what's on board the ziggurat? Dilithium. Okay, I'm gonna steal that. Overload the system, increase the speed of the ship and time, and everything else around us. Who's going to come for the enemy to identify this ziggurat of doom? Of course, as it should be, the final Cave Lion battleship, cruising out on its own, hunting down the remains of its people to save them from our juggernaut-like advance. Although, to be fair, we are on the good guy side, so clearly we're just peacefully occupying. None of that evil stuff like the Klingons do. No, sirree. Not for us at any rate. Transporters? Hi. All your dilithium are belong to me. Alright, and fighters. Actually, slow down the speed of time. We're about to engage. Fighters. Attack. 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 Alright, so everybody's set to attack. All weapons set to overload. We're about to give him a piece of our mind at point-blank range. 159 damage. Not terrible at all. All weapons normal mode. All phasers back to overload. And if you wouldn't mind, fighters just annihilating him in one glorious pass. Apparently they minded. They didn't want to steal all of my glory, clearly. Otherwise they would have killed him. He doesn't? Never mind, they took it. Alrighty, I do believe, I can't be positive, but I do believe that'll be the last Lyran vessel. It's been a long road, getting from there to here. Been 40-something, 50-something episodes? Alright, that's it. They're gone, they're done for. The Lyrans have been wiped out from the galaxy as the Hydrans have snaked through and conquered their entire territory. That will bring Season 13 to a close. There will, of course, be the final battle, which will go up on Tuesday, as we oft do. But yeah, that was an interesting campaign. Took a little bit longer than I anticipated, and once we finally got through all the siege work that happened over this massive cluster of planets down here, we were able to just cut right through them. The Klingons made a surprise late appearance, and that was rather terrifying. Their B-11 super battleships are just monstrosities of power, and it was really actually quite concerning to have to fight them. But yeah, that's it. The season is done. Season 14 will begin on Thursday. Thursday, with us being either the Gorn, the Romulan, or the ISC. If you want to get in on that, post down below which faction you'd like us to see, or, you can post also on Tuesday's video. But if it's not by then, well, you probably didn't post in time and I'll have picked something. Right now, we have had a request for the Gorn, so they are currently up on this one. I'm also going to be putting a poll up on the Discord just to make it easy and centralized for everything. But anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos. Press that little bell icon, leave a comment which faction do you want us to see in the next season, and I will see you all in the final battle.